A very good afternoon to all the students. Welcome to yet another session of Masterclass. We are in week 3 and this is session 10. So today also we have a couple of speakers for you. The first speaker for the day is Mr. Shamprit Shorkat. He's working in an IT. He has worked in IT companies and is a website and app developer. He's going to talk about career as a website developer. Mr. Shorkat, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, you're audible to us. Please continue.
Thank you for the warm introduction, and I think I should start, right?
Yeah, you can start.
Okay. So, good afternoon, everyone. Let me introduce myself first once a little bit. I'm Samprit, and I'm a senior Python developer in cfus.com, and also I'm an ML analyst. And I worked in a couple of companies as of now. Like I worked as a developer, as an app developer, but my mainstream career is on mostly as a website backend developer. So I used to manage all the database related things and all of that stuff in like for the companies. So basically, what I will be showing you here is the current IT industry trends, and if you are from IT or like CSE background in engineering, and how you can prepare yourself for this kind of companies and interviews, so that you can stand out yourself from the rest of the crowd, so that you can do a little bit of extra preparation for the upcoming interviews that is going to happen that might be in your campus or maybe in off campus. But the thing is like how you are going to prepare for that. So first I will talk about a couple of things from the IT industry trend right now. I will be talking about the local IT trend because right now there are not that much scope of discussion of about the global trend and all of that. So I will be directly jumping on this topic called local IT trend. So local IT trend means we are talking about the companies that are based on India and the startups and SME sector companies and a couple of MNCs as well. So I will be starting my journey with the website developer as this is my current profession. So I will be showing you some couple of things like what are the trendy technologies these days in the market that you should be like preparing a little bit more if you are planning to build your career as a web developer or something like that. So the current market trend, obviously all of you already know, like there are a couple of languages in the market. So I will be simply showing you a couple of languages that are mostly on the hit list of the client demand. So basically the first one will be PHP. So if I talk about the Kolkata, like in Kolkata, the startups and all the SME sector companies and couple of MNCs as well who is having their offices in Kolkata, they hire people who knows various things or the various other frameworks in PHP. Like for example, if I talk about, there are lots of companies that are hiring currently in Kolkata for WordPress developers. And by WordPress, I don't mean like this is just for designing and changing the theme. The whole developer, as a WordPress developer, you can shine in Kolkata. Like there are lots of companies and clients, they are demanding their sites and they need various plugins and all of that thing that can be done in WordPress. So WordPress development is a kind of like trendy topic in Kolkata. And there are lots of fields in this PHP. Like this is not just the language, but the frameworks that makes the PHP so much popular. So one of the most popular framework would be Laravel Coordinator. So these are some couple of MVC frameworks that are required by the company. So if you are going for the backend developer job or any of such interviews, make sure you have that knowledge or skill in your bucket list. So that would be extra beneficial layer on your resume. So there are lots of things in PHP like frameworks, CMS systems, and lots of various other things in PHP like that you should always like plan to learn before you are going for like interview as a web developer. So next thing, like as I already talked about, this is one of the most famous like framework in PHP, which is Laravel, and this framework is kind of like trendy these days in our IT industry. So lots of clients and lots of companies are requiring the developers who or requiring the people who are skilled enough on this framework so that they can hire them. Basically, they are having lots of clients, they are demanding lots of developers on Laravel. So this is kind of a trendy technology that I can say directly to you that you should always get your hands dirty on, because on this framework the market demand on Kolkata is very high. Obviously, not only on Kolkata, like there are other cities also. If you are planning to move outside of the West Bengal, then there are lots of companies who are like having their websites totally on Laravel or managing some of the parts of their web applications or client applications on Laravel as well. So there are various this kind of frameworks in PHP. So this is the first thing that you should learn first if you are going for the web development part. Now, as I already talked about, this is the WordPress, and the next big thing after PHP is Python. And this is one of the, again, one of the most trendiest language that I would say, because in Python, various things can be done, not only in web, like in web development, but the application scenario of Python, like it is vast. Like Python can be implemented in many of the places. So not only in web development, in the like automation, scripting, testing, lots of fields, in lots of, even in automation scripting for the like GUI or for the web or any kind of things like that. And even if you are going for the data analytics or data science part, Python is the like one of the only friend for you to help you on such domains. So Python is kind of all-in-one package solution for you. So you should definitely learn this if you are going for a web development or any sort of other development, because this is kind of a handy tool for you. And in Python, for the web development, as I already told you, like this is the focus thing here, the web development part that I'm going to be talking about today is Django. Django is kind of a framework that I already told you, and it is again for the web development part. So if your plan is to build a career on this kind of like website building or work as a backend developer of the website, you should definitely check out this framework, yeah, written in Python, and you should learn this because it will add extra layer, extra beneficial layer on your resume. Okay. And after that, there are lots of design language and frameworks as well. And one of the most popular design framework that I can say right now is Angular and React. So I just showed the Angular logo here. Basically, Angular is kind of a design thing. So if your interest is on the web designing part or something like that, you want to build those beautiful, good-looking website designs, you should definitely go with this kind of frameworks that they use. And company, if you just search any job portal, like anywhere where each of the company is hiring or looking for developers, you will be seeing like 20 to 25% of the job applications are for this kind of front-end frameworks. Like either they require an Angular developer or they require a React developer. So these are a couple of things if you are planning to move into the web design domain. So yeah, so you should definitely consider this when you are going for the interview of web design. Now, the next thing is app development. As I already mentioned, like there are lots of companies who require developers who are good enough to build like this kind of like hybrid application, not exactly hybrid, but they can write this kind of framework based application. Like for example, here I have shown the React Native one. So the React Native is kind of a single framework that is used for building the applications for iOS and Android. So if you are going for the mobile app development for iOS or for Android, this is something that you should definitely check out. So this is not for beginners, I would say. Like this is not for beginner. This is not the one that you should start with. If you are planning to move into the mobile app development field, you should definitely go for the native Android development or native iOS development first, and then you should come to this framework which is called React Native. Obviously, there are competitors in the market like Flutter is also there, and Flutter and React Native are kind of like complement to each other. They does the same job, but they are from various like two different tech giants. Like React is the product of Facebook, and Flutter is basically the product of Google. So basically, these two are the required thing for any modern interview for app development. So if you are going for this domain like mobile app development, you should definitely check this out, React Native or the Flutter framework that I would say. Like you should definitely have it, like have this one on your skills bucket list. So, so I would just, as the time constraint is here, so I would just quickly wrap up these things, like how to actually, push yourself a little bit further so that you can stand out of the crowd and you can submit a better resume, or you can like increase your chances to get a job in a good in a good company, or you can have your base salary as a fresher like in a very good amount. So if you are planning to go into such field, like any of the field like I just mentioned, what are the things that you should remember before you are just going for the interview? So I would just summarize the whole thing in just couple of points. So I will just say here that be open to start at the bottom. So basically what do I mean by that is, always you will see whenever you will start your career as a web developer or a mobile app developer, you will see that there are lots of things to learn. There are lots of frameworks, there are lots of languages, and you will get confused as a beginner that where to start, or what should I study in the beginning, then what will be the exact scenario or the journey of this whole thing. So always remember, you have to be open to start at the bottom. Like okay, there is a question. I'm just coming to the questions a little bit later, but let me just finish this up first. So basically, be open to start at the bottom. Like you accept the fact that you don't know anything, and you have to learn the things first, and then you can only apply for these companies. Like before learning, don't ever go to any interview. Like you will be like rejected at the first round. So always remember, learn the skills first. Okay. Next, teach yourself the skills and get educated. So education is the main important field here that people miss out. Like they don't train yourself, like train themselves properly. So basically, if you are going for such kind of interviews, always make sure that you are good enough, or you are having a good skill on the languages or on the frameworks that you have mentioned on the resume. So basically, these are a couple of things, like train yourself, teach yourself, and make yourself better before going into any such interviews. The third point is, if you are a programmer, or if you are just starting your journey as a programmer, so just create a portfolio first. This is the one of the most mandatory thing. Like by saying portfolio, they always think like they have to build their resume. Resume is one thing, like your CV is one thing, but if you are a programmer, build your online portfolio. Like it can be hosted on GitHub, it can be hosted on Bitbucket. Show off your coding skills, like what kind of things that you have done, what kind of projects that you have worked on. So all of the things you should showcase on your GitHub profile, on your Bitbucket, or maybe on your personal website. So that's totally fine. So make your portfolio first. Next is earn good amount of certificates. Like there are lots of institute, lots of training institutes are there in this era. Like they provide free certificate. Don't just directly go into that institutes who provides the certificates for free. Basically, if you are just getting the certificate by paying money, your certificate is of no value. So basically, just go for those institute who takes proper exam, or maybe who like getting, or like getting the certificate is not easy from that institute. Go for such institutes, because their certificates will be valuable, and you have to learn the skills to actually earn the certificate. So earn the certificate, not just buy the certificate. Okay, so just make sure you are earning your certificate properly. Next thing will be, just try to become an intern in a company. Like, always try to find a company in which you can apply for internships. Like, there are lots of companies hiring intern for part-time, for full-time. You have to just search the job portal if you are on your final year, or maybe you have just finished your college, like after coming out of your college. Just look for the companies who provide internship. Don't just directly go into the job after just finishing your college. That's the mistake that most of the student does. Basically, if you are just directly going to the job, like job section after coming out of your college, what happens is, like, there are lots of responsibilities, there are lots of things, that new thing, there are lots of pressure, and you have to know first that how to handle those pressure situations and those responsibilities first. So becoming an intern is always a good idea, because you the company will not be totally dependent on you, because you are an intern then, and you will get the flavor of the pressure situation in a company, and how to work as a team. So all of the job flavor that you will be getting in the internship. So my recommendation would be, just apply for internship if you have just came out of your college, or maybe you are in the final year of your college. So always go for the internship before you just apply for jobs. Sixth and very important point, which will be required in the later part of your life, not just directly right now after coming out of your college, is make networks. Like, whenever you are going for an internship, or maybe for like you have selected in some company and you are doing a job, just make sure that you make networks with people. So basically, making network will be highly beneficial for you in the upcoming time, or the later time of your life. So basically, when you will be searching for another job, or maybe you want to build your own startup or your own company you want to form, so basically on that period, the networks will be like, the people you have a good connect with will actually help you. So making network of people is always a good idea. So keep it in mind. And the last point will be, don't be intimidated. Like, in your job profile, you will see that lots of people are actually doing a lot better than you. So basically, you will be seeing like lots of people are doing a lot of things in their field, and they are already at the great level, but you are nowhere compared to them. So basically, it can actually scare you. So don't be intimidated. Just have patience, and just have faith in yourself, and tell in your mind that like, you will be reaching at that level at some point in your life. So be diligent in doing what you are doing, and don't be intimidated by others' success. So that is the final point, and I won't be taking that much long time. So this is my final point about the whole thing. And thank you for all like watching this whole session, and I guess it was a little bit of beneficial for you about how you can start your career as a web developer or app developer, or maybe in general as a coder or programmer. So I will just take the question, like, for school students, what will be the tips regarding coding skills, and what is the perfect age to start learning programming language, and which language? So basically, for school student, like, already there are a couple of schools, and there are a couple of syllabuses in which, like, from class 6 already they got introduced of programming languages, and they code into it. So basically, as early as possible you are introduced to computer programming languages. That's better for you, because you will learn actually how to actually use your computer. And when you will be introduced with programming language, you will learn the fun fact, like how your computer is actually working. and why we call this computer a dumb device, and how computer follow your instruction one by one, and how it executes, and how your processor works. So all of the things you will get a clear picture if you get introduced with this programming languages. So as soon as possible you get introduced with this programming languages, that's better for you. So if you are on school, so my tips will be just like start your journey as your learning the programming languages. Obviously you can start with C, Java, Python, any languages on like based on this three, like C, Java or Python. Like I won't recommend Java for the beginners, but C or Python would be a good choice for the school student. Just learn it side by side of your study. That will be ultimately helpful at some point at your life after you finish your education, or maybe you will be going in the coding field or something like that, because we all know that our IT industry is getting huge day by day. So that is what I would be recommending. Just stay focused and learn it side by side. Any more questions? You can just ask it right now. Then I will be ending this session here.
Students, if you have any more questions, put it in the chat box, please. Or you can unmute yourselves and ask. I don't think we have any more questions at the moment. Thank you so much for. I'm sure it was quite interesting for the students to know about the details
Okay.
about about web development. We'll be moving on to our next speaker, Miss Aishwarjya Das. She's a classical dancer, and she's going to tell you about a career as a dancer. Ma'am, are you here, Miss Das?
Yes, yes, I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you all know, I'm Aishwarjya Das, and basically I'm Bengali. But यहाँ पे कहा गया था कि इधर मुझे हिंदी और इंग्लिश बोलना पड़ेगा या फिर बोथ, लेकिन मैंने तो बोथ ही चूज किया है. मेरा हिंदी थोड़ी कच्ची है. आई होप कि आप समझ जाए. एनीवे, द थिंग इज, मुझे बोला गया था कि डांस को कैरियर चूज करने में मतलब कैसा कैसे किया जा सकता है. द थिंग इज, अक्सर ऐसा होता है कि जब हम बचपन में छोटे रहते हैं, हमारे घर से हमको डांस के लिए भेजता है या फिर गाने के लिए भेजता है या फिर कोई और मतलब ऐसा कुछ बहुत सारा स्ट्रीम है जहाँ पर हमें भेजा जाता है, और उसके बाद जब धीरे धीरे हम बड़े होने लगते हैं तब ये सब बंद हो जाता है. लेकिन अभी जो सिचुएशन है, मतलब करेंटली जो हम जितना बड़े हो रहे हैं, हर एक स्ट्रीम ओपन हो रहा है, जैसे कि डांसिंग, एक्टिंग, सिंगिंग. हर दिन हम देखते हैं टेलीविजन पे कि एक एक लोग आते हैं और कुछ ऐसा स्ट्रीम पे बहुत नाम कमा कर जाता है. डांस बहुत फेमस है इसमें. मैं जब मैं 3 साल की थी तब से मैं डांस कर रही हूँ, और अभी मैं MCA स्टूडेंट हूँ. मेरा खुद का कैरियर तो नहीं है डांस पे, लेकिन हमेशा मैं डांस के साथ अटैच रही हूँ. तो मुझे पता है कि कैसे जो लोग डांस को कैरियर चूज भी करते हैं वो कैसे सक्सेसफुल बनता है. मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि तुम अगर घर पे बोलो कि मुझे डांस करना है, बहुत सारा फैमिली है ऐसा बोलते हैं नहीं डांस करने से क्या फायदा है या फिर गाना गाने से क्या फायदा है. ऐसा नहीं है कि कुछ फायदा नहीं है, यहाँ पर बहुत फायदा है. जैसे कि मैं डांस जहाँ सीखती हूँ, अभी भी सीख रही हूँ. मेरी गुरु है वो मिसेस पारमिता मित्र. वो खुद RBU मतलब कोलकाता की रविंद्र भारती यूनिवर्सिटी से डांस लेकर पढ़ाई की हुई है, और अभी उसका खुद का इंस्टीट्यूट, उसकी खुद की इंस्टीट्यूट है. बाहर भी उन्होंने बहुत सारा वर्कशॉप करती है, वो करती है वर्कशॉप. और ऐसा होता है कि जब हम लोग बचपन से जो लोग डांस करते हैं ना, हमारा डांस के साथ एक प्यार हो जाता है, और फिर अचानक उसे अगर छोड़ना पड़े तो वो बहुत टफ हो जाता है. तो मैं हमेशा बोलती हूँ कि अगर तुमको किसी को भी अगर डांस पसंद है तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ट्राई टू चूज इट एज योर कैरियर. मेरा खुद की भी एक एम है, इस एमसीए को कंप्लीट करने के बाद शायद मैं डांस को लेकर आगे सोचूंगी, और मैं सोच भी रही हूँ अभी। तो मैं हमारे इंडिया पे करीब 137 यूनिवर्सिटी है जहाँ डांस होता है, मतलब डांस सिखाया जाता है। डांस को लेकर आप लोग पढ़ाई कर सकते हो या फिर कोरियोग्राफी को लेकर पढ़ाई कर सकते हो। मैं मतलब मेरा जोनर है क्लासिकल कथक। तो मैं हमेशा बोलती हूँ कि जो लोग कथक सीख रही है या फिर सीख रहा है, उन्हें जिंदगी में एटलीस्ट एक बार कथक केंद्र के लिए अप्लाई करना चाहिए। वहां पर बहुत बहुत अच्छे तरीके से ये मतलब ये डांस को करियर बनाने का ऑप्शन मिलता है। आप वहां से ग्रेजुएशन कर सकते हो, आप वहां से डिप्लोमा कर सकते हो, आप वहां से पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन कर सकते हो, और उसके बाद भी अगर पीएचडी भी करना चाहते हो तो आप वहां से कर सकते हो। बस आपको टाइम टू टाइम देखना पड़ेगा। आपको बस, आपके पास ही इंटरनेट है, अभी इंटरनेट पे सब कुछ मिलता है। इंटरनेट पे आपको देखना पड़ेगा कि वहाँ का फॉर्म कब मिल रहा है और उसे अप्लाई करना पड़ेगा। उन लोगों का एग्जाम होता है, आप उस एग्जाम को देकर अगर आप सिलेक्ट हुए तो आराम से वहाँ पर जा सकते हो और आपके करियर चूज कर सकते हो डांस को लेकर। और डांस के, और अगर आप कथक के तो नहीं भी जाते हो, अगर आपका स्ट्रीम कुछ और है लाइक भरतनाट्यम या फिर ओडिसी या फिर कोई और भी है, तो हमारा जैसे कि मैंने पहले भी बोला कि कोलकाता पे आरबीयू है, ऐसे बहुत सारे जगह पे बहुत सारे यूनिवर्सिटीज है। आपको बस सर्च करना पड़ेगा गूगल पे, और आप गूगल करके देख सकते हो कि कितने सारे यूनिवर्सिटी है और कितने सारे अपॉर्चुनिटीज है वहाँ पर। तो प्लेसमेंट भी मिलती है। लाइक कुछ प्राइवेट यूनिवर्सिटी है जो प्लेसमेंट देती है, ऐसे कि जैसे हमारा इंजीनियरिंग स्ट्रीम पे होता है, तो ऐसे ही वहाँ पर भी होता है कि प्लेसमेंट भी मिलते हैं। हाँ, अगर आप गवर्नमेंट जॉब चाहते हो, लाइक डिफरेंट ऑफ केवी जो केंद्रीय विद्यालय है ना, वहाँ पर डांस टीचर बना जा सकता है। मतलब वो लोग चूज कर सकते हैं, करते हैं डांस के लिए। तो केवी पे बहुत सारे लोग टीचर बन के जाते हैं। और अगर कुछ भी नहीं हुआ, एक ऐसा मैं बोल रही हूँ क्योंकि मैंने एक्सपीरियंस किया, अगर कुछ भी नहीं हुआ, अगर आप खुद एक बहुत अच्छे डांसर हो, तो आप कभी भी, मतलब दुनिया में जितने डांसर है ना, उसमें बहुत अच्छा डांसर की कमी है। मतलब हर कोई डांस करता है, लेकिन अच्छे डांसर, अच्छे कलाकार की कमी है। तो आप अपने कला को सिखाओ दूसरों को। आप अच्छी तरीके से पहले खुद सीखो, उसके बाद दूसरों को वो इलेबोरेट करो। तो ये आप कभी भी कर सकते हो। मतलब कोई आपको दिक्कत नहीं हो गया। ऐसा नहीं होता है कि आप डांस सीख रहे हो और फिर बोला जा रहा है अरे डांस सीख के क्या फायदा। डांस सीख के बहुत फायदा है। अब शायद आपको, अगर आप एक आईटी इंडस्ट्री पे भी रहो, अगर आप कहीं भी रहो और कुछ भी करो, आप कभी भी आप डांस को चूज कर सकते हो। मैं खुद एमसीए कर रही हूँ, इसके साइड बाय साइड में डांस भी करती हूँ। और अगर आज मेरे को हमेशा मेरे को एक बैकअप प्लान रहता है। तो ऐसा मैंने सोचा है कि अगर एमसीए के बाद जॉब तो हर कोई मिल जाएगा, मतलब कभी भी मिल जाएगा जॉब। जॉब 1 साल या फिर 2 साल वेट करने पे कहीं भी प्राइवेट सेक्टर पे मिल जाएगा। लेकिन मुझे कुछ खास पसंद नहीं है। मतलब मैं नहीं चाहती हूँ कि वही मोनोटोनस लाइफ जीऊँ और कुछ करूँ। तो मैं हमेशा चाहती थी कि मैं डांस सिखाऊँ, तो शायद मैं डांस स्कूल अपनी स्टार्ट कर सकती हूँ। तो ऐसे आप लोग भी, अगर आप आज सोचो कि क्या यार, मेरा तो जिंदगी में तो आईटी पे ही घुस गया, या फिर मैं मेडिकल पे आ चुकी हूँ, या फिर कोई और ब्रांच पे आ चुकी हूँ, लेकिन मुझे कुछ खास अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है, तो कभी भी चूज करो, कुछ भी चूज करो। अगर आपको डांस पसंद है तो डांस चूज करो, गाना पसंद है गाना चूज करो, कुछ भी, यू कैन डू एनीथिंग। और ऐसा कोई सर्टेन एज नहीं है कि अब लोग सोच रहे हो या कि 23 साल हो गए, 24 साल हो गए, या फिर उससे भी ज्यादा हो गए, तो क्या अभी स्टार्ट करके कोई फायदा होगा भी या नहीं? हमेशा फायदा होता है। आप डांस 3 साल में भी स्टार्ट कर सकते हो, 23 साल में भी स्टार्ट कर सकते हो, 30 साल में भी स्टार्ट कर सकते हो, और कभी भी बस आपको सोचना चाहिए कि हाँ मुझे डांस करना है और डांस को लेकर अपने करियर बनाना है। तो मतलब ऐसे अब कर सकते हो, बस आपको ज़रूरत होगी कि आप पेशेंस रखो और हार्ड वर्क करो। हार्ड वर्क तो हर मतलब चीज़ की सबसे बड़ी बात होती है कि हार्ड वर्क इज की ऑफ सक्सेस। तो हार्ड वर्क करो, पेशेंस रखो, अप्लाई करो, हमेशा ढूंढते रहो कि आगे क्या करना है, आगे क्या करना है, तो फिर आप मिल जाएगा। ऐसा ऐसा नहीं है कि बस डांस कर रहे हो और कुछ अप्लाई नहीं कर रहे हो कहीं भी और सोच रहे हो कि मुझे करियर कैसे बनाना है, कैसे स्टार्ट करना है। ऐसा नहीं होता। हम जैसे मतलब कुछ और स्ट्रीम के लिए करते हैं, लाइक कुछ पढ़ाई रिलेटेड, मैथ हो या फिर फिजिक्स हो, हम जैसे एचएस के बाद से सोचते हैं कि हमें यहाँ पे एडमिशन लेना है या फिर इंजीनियरिंग लाइन में जाना है या फिर कुछ कोई दूसरा कॉलेज में पढ़ना है, तो हम हमेशा सर्च करते रहते हैं कि कहाँ कैसे फॉर्म मिल रहा है। तो डांस के लिए भी सेम ही है। आप डांस सीखो, फिर उसके बाद आप कॉलेज, और मैंने पहले भी कहा कि 137 कॉलेज है, इन सब कॉलेज में देखो कि कहाँ पर कैसे फॉर्म मिल रहा है। फिर ग्रेजुएशन के लिए अप्लाई करो, उसके बाद पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन, और फिर भी अगर आपको फर्दर कंटिन्यू करना पड़े तो पीएचडी करो। अगर आप डांस के लिए अप्लाई कर रहे हो, उसके साथ आपका बहुत सारा स्ट्रीम खुल जाता है। जैसे जब आप डांस के लिए अप्लाई करने जाओगे आरबीयू, मतलब रविंद्र भारती पे, वहाँ पे और भी स्ट्रीम होता है, जैसे अभिनय होता है, वहाँ पे डांस के साथ साथ मेकअप सिखाती है, वहाँ पे डांस के साथ साथ तब म्यूजिक रिलेटेड चीज सिखाते हैं, जैसे तबला, गिटार, सब कुछ सिखाते हैं। तो आप ये सब भी कर सकते हो वहाँ से। और जो ऐसा अक्सर ऐसा देखा गया है, जो लोग डांस को करियर ऑप्शन चूज करते हैं, वो कोशिश करते हैं कि अभिनय, ये जो अभिनय का जो स्ट्रीम है, वहाँ पर पीएचडी कर ले, तो इससे बहुत फायदा मिलता है डांस करने से, डांस के साथ साथ आप ऐसे कुछ कर सकते हो कि डांस को करियर ऑप्शन बनाओ, इसके पहले ये सब कंप्लीट कर लो, फिर बहुत सारा प्लेसमेंट भी आपको मिल सकता है। आजकल तो इंस्टाग्राम, ट्विटर, हर एक जगह पे बहुत सारा एडवर्टाइज मिलता है कि वो लोग लोग ढूंढ रहे हैं कुछ प्लेसमेंट की, वो लोग प्लेसमेंट देता है, तो आप वहाँ पर अप्लाई कर सकते हो। मैंने खुद एक रिसेंटली एक एडवर्टाइज देखी है। वो एक लंदन की कुछ कोई जगह से है, मेरे को खास याद नहीं आ रहा है, मैंने इंस्टाग्राम पे देखा है। वो लोग डांसर्स ढूंढ रहे हैं, पूरे होल वर्ल्ड से ढूंढ रहे हैं डांसर्स, कि आप चाहे कोई भी स्ट्रीम से हो, आप क्लासिकल से हो, नॉन क्लासिकल हो, हिप हॉप हो, कुछ भी हो, बस आप वहाँ पर अप्लाई करो। तो डांस को करियर ऑप्शन चूज करने के साथ साथ आपको मतलब स्मार्टली वर्क करना पड़ेगा। आपको हमेशा गूगल गूगल पे सर्च करना पड़ेगा कि कहाँ पर क्या क्या हो रहा है। हमारे इंडिया पे एक प्रॉब्लम है यहाँ पर, अगर आप डांस को करियर ऑप्शन चूज करने जाओगे ना, तो बहुत सारी दिक्कतें है। ये उतना स्मूथ नहीं है, जैसे कि हमारा इंजीनियरिंग बोलो या फिर मेडिकल बोलो, ये सब स्ट्रीम जितने स्मूथ है, ये उतने स्मूथ नहीं है। तो आपको हमेशा ट्राई करना पड़ेगा कि हम इंडिया पे अगर नहीं भी हो, ऐसा नहीं कि इंडिया पे नहीं होता है, इंडिया पे बहुत सारा प्लेसमेंट मिलता है। अगर नहीं भी हो तो बाहर बहुत सारे, इंडिया के बाहर बहुत अपॉर्चुनिटीज है। मतलब वहाँ पे आर्ट का एक अलग ही जगह है, चाहे आप थोड़े खराब भी डांस कर लोगे फिर भी वो आप लोगों को ले लेगा, ऐसा होता है। तो वहाँ पे आर्ट का एक अलग जगह होता है और आप खुशी खुशी जा सकते हो वहां पर। ऐसा नहीं कि वहां पे जाकर आप बस रह जाओगे तो आप सोच रहे हो कि क्या घर बार सब कुछ छोड़ दूं, ऐसा नहीं है। एक सर्टेन टाइम के लिए आपको वहां पे जाना पड़ता है, उन लोगों को आप डांस सिखाओगे, फिर वापस आ जाओगे। बहुत अच्छा एक आइडिया है ये। मैं जिसके पास डांस करती हूँ वो खुद ऐसा करती है, वो ऑस्ट्रेलिया जाती है, उन लोगों को वर्कशॉप कराती है और फिर वापस आ जाता है, 1-2 महीने में वापस आ जाती है, ऐसा होता है। और इससे आपका करियर मतलब ऐसे आप खुद के लिए इनकम भी कर सकते हो, आपका करियर भी बिल्ड हो गया और आप आपके पसंदीदा कुछ काम कर सकते हो। और अगर आप ऐसा हुआ कि आप ऑलरेडी पढ़ रही हो और आपके पास कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है डांस लेकर पढ़ाई करने की, तो आप एक और भी होता है काम कर सकते हो। हमारे इंडिया पे बहुत सारे रियलिटी शो होते हैं। ऐसा हमेशा ऐसा कहा जाता है कि रियलिटी शोज आर फेक, वहाँ पर पैसा देकर सब कुछ होता है या फिर नहीं होता है। ऐसा नहीं कि हमेशा पैसा देकर ही सब कुछ मिलते हैं। अगर आप अच्छे डांस करोगे ना, वहाँ पर आपको जगह मिलेगी। हाँ, कभी कभी होता है कि पैसा देकर वो लोग कुछ और लोगों को चूज कर लिया है, या फिर पैसा देकर आपसे बेटर कोई वहां पर जा चुकी है। लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है कि हमेशा ये होता है। ये एक बहुत बेकार की बात है कि पैसा पैसा देकर ही वहां पर सब कुछ होता है। अगर आप खुद की टैलेंट शो करोगे तो वो लोग आपको भी लेगा। और ये तो मैं तो ऑलरेडी बोल चुकी हूँ कि आजकल इंस्टाग्राम, ट्विटर, यहाँ पे बहुत स्कोप मिलता है। बस आपको देखना पड़ेगा, आपको आँख खोल कर रखना पड़ेगा और आपको देखना पड़ेगा कि कहाँ क्या हो रहा है। आप ऐसे अपने करियर कभी भी चूज कर सकते हो। और अगर आपको कोई क्वेश्चन है तो आप मुझे बता सकते हो, शायद है। एक मिनट में देख रही।
हाँ मैम, there are 3 questions in the chat
ओके
box.
ओके ओके। अच्छा, what is your opinion about the dance reality shows as a platform to let the talents to flourish? मैं अभी बोल रही थी कि ऐसा नहीं है कि डांस रियलिटी शो पे हमेशा पैसा देकर या फिर हमेशा पर्शियलिटी होती है। मैं बोल रही हूँ कि कोशिश करो। एक बार से नहीं हुआ, 2 बार जाओ, 3 बार जाओ, 4 बार जाओ। घर में बैठ कर रहने से तो अच्छा है कि कुछ कोशिश करो। आप कोशिश करते जाओ। और मुझे लगता है कि ऐसा नहीं होता है हमेशा वो लोग पर्शियलिटी करेगा, आपको 1000 बार मतलब आपको 1000 बार रिजेक्ट करेगा। ऐसा नहीं होता है। आप अपने टैलेंट दिखाओ, उनके पास जाओ, बोलो। एक बात अभी चल रहा है कि अगर मैं एक आर्टिस्ट हूँ, तो फिर मैं फ्री में क्यों करूँ। हाँ, ये बहुत बड़ी बात है कि अगर आप आर्टिस्ट हो तो आप फ्री में अपना आर्ट क्यों दिखाओ। लेकिन कभी कभी जिंदगी में ऐसा मौका आता है जब आपको दिखाना पड़ता है, आपको लोगों को बोलना पड़ता है कि यार देखो मेरे को। आपको अगर आप दिखाओगे नहीं तो कोई आपको किसी को आपके बारे में कुछ पता नहीं है ना, तो वो लोग समझेगा नहीं कि आप कैसे आपके टैलेंट कैसा है। इसीलिए मैं हमेशा बोलती हूँ कि अब जाओ, रियलिटी शो पे जाओ, दिखाओ। एक बार नहीं हुआ, 2 बार, 3 बार, 4 बार कोशिश करो। बहुत छोटी छोटी गांव से लोग रियलिटी शो पे आते हैं और बहुत नाम कमा कर जाते हैं। तो आप लोग कोशिश करो। मैं हमेशा बोलती हूँ कि जाओ रियलिटी शो पे, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। घर में बैठने से ये अच्छा है कि आप जाओ। और सेकंड क्वेश्चन है, in the perspective of present time, most of the person use online platforms and social sites to exhibit their special talents. Being within the crowd, how difficult is it to get noticed and distinguished? ये सिर्फ करंट सिनेरियो के बात नहीं है। अगर आप कुछ भी करो ना, तो आपको एक भीड़ भेद करके जाना पड़ेगा। ऐसा नहीं है कि आप कुछ कर रहे हो और लोग ऐसे ही आपको नोटिस कर ले। आपको कुछ हट के करना पड़ेगा। डांस हर कोई करता है, लेकिन आपके डांस में कुछ ऐसा बात होना चाहिए कि आपको लोग देखे और आपको लोग देखकर समझे कि यार ये तो अलग है, कुछ तो अलग बात है इसमें। तो वो बात अपने आप से निकल आता है। आपको कोई सिखा नहीं सकते कि यार ऐसे करो। कि आपको मैक्सिमम डांस सिखा सकते हैं, लेकिन उसके अंदर आपको जो फीलिंग होता है ना, वो आपको खुद से ही करना पड़ेगा। चाहे आपको कोई 1000 सिखा ले, वो जो एक्स फैक्टर की बात होता है वो आपको खुद से लाना पड़ेगा। और जिस दिन आपका वो एक्स फैक्टर आ गया आपके डांस पे, बस उसी दिन समझ जाना कि आपको लोग नोटिस करेगी। चाहे आपके साथ 100 डांसर्स क्यों ना हो, आप अलग हो उनमें से, तो वो उस दिन लोग आपको नोटिस करेगी। इसके लिए अगर आपके कंपटीशन किसी से भी हो, उस एक्स फैक्टर को लाना बहुत जरूरी है। और इसका एक ही मतलब, आप ये चीज बस एक ही ये इसका एक ही की है, वो है प्रैक्टिस, मोर प्रैक्टिस और एंड मोर प्रैक्टिस। Good evening. Good evening. As I'm also a student of classical dance. देखिए मैंने ऑलरेडी बोल चुकी हूँ कि स्टेप्स सेम है। अगर आप डांस को लेकर पढ़ाई करना चाहते हो तो आप पहले ग्रेजुएशन करो, जैसे कि नॉर्मल सब्जेक्ट पे होता है। ग्रेजुएशन करो, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन करो, पीएचडी करो, और फिर सॉरी और फिर प्लेसमेंट के लिए अप्लाई करो। गूगल पे सर्च करो कि कहाँ कहाँ पे डांस के लिए प्लेसमेंट मिलता है। अपना एक रिज्यूमे क्रिएट करो। ऐसे आप डांस को करियर बना सकते हो। एंड यही स्टेप्स होता है। अगर पढ़ाई करना चाहते हो, ग्रेजुएशन, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन, ऐसे ही होता है। और विच यूनिवर्सिटी विल यू सजेस्ट फॉर डूइंग फॉर द कोर्सेज? मैं पहले भी बोल चुकी हूँ कि आप कथक केंद्र पे जा सकते हो, या फिर अगर आप कोलकाता से हो तो आप आरबीयू में जा सकते हो। इसके अलावा भी बहुत सारे यूनिवर्सिटी है। आप गूगल कर लो, आपको 137 यूनिवर्सिटी मिल जाएगा, बोथ प्राइवेट एंड गवर्नमेंट। मैम, व्हाट शुड वी चूज टू स्टार्ट our career as a dancer, classical or western? Which one has more scope in India? इंडिया पे सब कुछ की स्कोप होती है। आप जो भी कर रहे हो ध्यान लगा कर कीजिए, और जो भी सीख रहे हो, आप चाहे क्लासिकल सीख रहे हो या फिर वेस्टर्न सीख रहे हो, बस उसको ध्यान लगा कर सीखिए। और पहले आपका जो बिगिनर प्रोसेस है, किसी एक से स्टार्ट कीजिए। ऐसा नहीं कि मैं क्लासिकल भी कर रही हूँ, मैं वेस्टर्न भी। हाँ, आप एक साथ दोनों डेफिनेटली कर सकते हो, लेकिन आपका बिगिनर स्टेप किसी एक से होना चाहिए, इधर क्लासिकल और वेस्टर्न। और इंडिया पे दोनों का ही बहुत स्कोप है। ऐसा नहीं कि सिर्फ क्लासिकल का है या फिर सिर्फ वेस्टर्न का है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। दोनों का बहुत अच्छा स्कोप है। और आप जितना, मतलब आप अगर क्लासिकल ऑलरेडी सीख चुके हो तो आप वेस्टर्न एनी डे ट्राई कर सकते हो। लेकिन वेस्टर्न ट्राई करते करते कभी ऐसा मत करना कि आप क्लासिकल भूल गए या फिर क्लासिकल आपका गिर गया। दोनों एक साथ बराबर चलना चाहिए, अगर आप दोनों कर रहे हो तो। और अगर नहीं कर रहे हो तो किसी भी एक जो आपके दिल को पसंद है उसको चूज कर लो। मतलब अगर आपको वेस्टर्न पसंद है और फिर भी आप कर रहे हो, क्या यार वेस्टर्न नाचूंगी, घर में क्या बोलेगा, ऐसा नहीं होता है। अगर आपको वेस्टर्न पसंद है तो डू इट। अगर आपको क्लासिकल पसंद है तो क्लासिकल करो। अच्छा मैम, व्हाट इज योर ओपिनियन ऑन डांस यूज्ड एज थेरेपी? ये तो बहुत अच्छी थेरेपी है। लाइक कोई भी आर्ट, सिर्फ डांस नहीं, कोई भी आर्ट बहुत अच्छी थेरेपी है। जैसे कि आप लोग ऑलरेडी जानते हो म्यूजिक थेरेपी के बारे में। डांस तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल अपने हेल्थ को बहुत अच्छा रखता है, ऊपर से आपका माइंड फ्रेश कर सकता है। हम जो डांसर्स है ना, हम कोशिश करते हो, कभी कभी वक्त नहीं मिलता है। इस पूरे पैंडेमिक सिचुएशन पे मैंने किया है ये, नींद से उठकर सुबह सुबह मैं डांस प्रैक्टिस करने चली जाती हूँ। 1-2.5 घंटे बिताती हूँ तो ऑटोमेटिकली अच्छा लगता है, पूरे दिन अच्छा जाता है, बहुत फ्रेश लगता है और शांति मिलती है। तो ये तो बहुत अच्छी थेरेपी है। और कोई क्वेश्चन है तो आप लोग मुझे बता सकते हो, क्योंकि मैंने ऑलरेडी शायद आप लोगों को बोल दिया है कि आप कैसे कैसे करियर ऑप्शन चूज कर सकते हो डांस को लेकर। और हाँ, और एक बात, कभी भी कहीं भी अगर जरूरत पड़े तो मेरे नंबर, आप यहाँ पे शायद जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के मेंबर है उन लोगों के पास है, आप उन लोगों से मेरा व्हाट्सएप नंबर कलेक्ट कर सकते हो। और कभी भी कहीं भी डांस रिलेटेड कोई भी इशू हो तो मुझे कॉल करके पूछ सकते हो। मैं जितनी जानती हूँ मैं आपको हेल्प करूंगी।
थैंक यू सो मच मैम फॉर योर इंस्पायरिंग वर्ड्स। आई एम श्योर मतलब उन लोगों को बहुत अच्छा लगा होगा, एंड the students are also showing a lot of enthusiasm in the questions.
हाँ, और मुझे ये भी पता है कि मेरा हिंदी बहुत खराब है और मैं अटक भी जाती हूँ, लेकिन आई होप कि वो लोग समझ गए।
Thank you so much ma'am for taking out time to be a part of this seminar.
इट्स माय प्लेजर।
uh, we'll be moving on to our next speaker for today. Our next speaker for today is Miss Sayantoni Chaudhuri. She has done her BSc in microbiology from Calcutta University and MSc in bioinformatics from BHU. She's going to tell you about applied biology as a career option. Miss Chaudhuri, are you here?
Yes, yes. Just a minute. I'll just get my slides ready.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah.
So let's begin. Is my slide visible?
Yeah. The slide is visible.
Sure. Uh, so uh, uh, yeah. So hi. Welcome to the last session of Masterclass for today. I am Shantini, and I will be talking on applied biology as career options. This talk is primarily aiming for the students who are trying to plan their future studies on courses apart from general biological sciences like botany, zoology, etc. Students who are going to start their journey with applied biology. Okay, so and to introduce myself, I have bachelor's in microbiology and master's in bioinformatics, and currently I'm working in a lab to solve various problems in biology using computers, while also I'm looking for a PhD. In this small talk, I'll try to walk you through the various career options and opportunities in fields of in the field of applied biology. So let's begin. Uh, yeah, so the obvious topic is what microbiology is actually. This slide is going to focus on what microbiology is, and then in the next few minutes, I'm going to tell you what it is and how different it is from biology courses in general. And I'll also tell you why you should pursue applied biology. As the name suggests, microbiology is obviously the study of microorganisms, and like it's basically broadly classified into four groups: viruses, protozoa, algae, and bacteria. And so any microbiology course will begin with a broad analysis of these four groups, be it theoretical or practical. In addition, of course, you will study about various other interesting courses that will also teach you the finest details of their cellular level and cellular organization. Okay, so the next slide. So what microbiology is, basically the study of microorganisms, their classification, morphology, physiology, metabolism, and distribution in nature, and most importantly, the relationship to each other and other living organisms. So why do we need to study microbiology? Like, what importance has it got? So basically, to study its distribution in nature, where they are present, and what kind of organisms might be present in air, water, soil, and where they grow, how much moisture and optimum temperature should be for their growth, etc. This is why we study microbiology. So some of you may ask, like, what is the need to study microbiology as a separate subject for like a whole bachelor's or a master's degree? So when these topics are already covered in general biological sciences courses, right? So like just I mentioned, microbiology only begins with the like study of microorganisms, and it also then moves on to teach you exciting subjects which will generally not be included as regular subjects in biology courses. So your benefit here would be that you can explore a lot more subjects, learn and involve in projects. So like the basic three courses in microbiology offered in any course would be cell biology, biochemistry, and molecular genetics. So these are the courses that they will form the basics of your microbiology degree. And also in the process you will learn these other list of courses I have mentioned: bacteriology and bacterial genetics, virology, immunology, like it deals with the immune system of our body and what are the players of the immune system and how are they involved in protecting the body. You also will have environmental microbiology, recombinant DNA technology, medical microbiology that deals with the medical issues, the symptoms, and what can be the treatment issues for various diseases. You will also learn industrial microbiology and how microbes are used for large-scale industrial purposes. You'll also learn biophysics, biostatistics, bioinformatics, and biotechnology. So, like you can see, just as I gave you the list, each of these can be pursued as a different course further for your master's, for your PhD. Your benefit here is that you could explore a lot more of subjects and learn, and also involve in projects. So this is the most important slide of today's talk. So this is a list of basically how to build your career in applied biology. So the normal step would be to get a bachelor's, and then a master's, a PhD, and then further you may get postdocs, or as many as you want. So as you can see, the most important step after bachelor's is to go for a master's. So if you plan on doing very good research, so you will start with applying for internships. Both summer and winter, and right during your bachelor's. So this can be done by either emailing professors and spending time in their labs to learn new things. Also, you can apply via internship portals like Summer Research Fellowship Program, where students get opportunities to work in labs across India as summer interns. You also get paid for it, so it's a very prestigious opportunity. So you can go to Google and search about it. So once you secure internships, you will slowly start to build your profile this way. For a 3-year course, you will at least have 3 summers. So you can utilize all of these for internships. So or you can also do winter terms, which are generally shorter than summer terms, and it will also help you enrich your profile and set you apart. Now, after your bachelor's is done, you can do 2 things. You can apply for direct masters in India itself, or you can apply abroad. For this, you will need to write exams like GRE and TOEFL. And if you want to do it in India itself, you will go for entrance exams. Basically, they are common entrances or individual university entrances. So once you get into a master's program, you would be focusing on your dissertations, publishing papers related to your work, which will also help you strengthen your field of major interest. So basically, you can also at this point start preparing for your PhD. If you are in India, you can prepare for PhD abroad. You can try for entrances like CSIR Net, which provide very good fellowship amounts. Also, after MSc, you can join companies at R&D posts with they have good salaries, and you can also join labs as research assistants. So this also provides you good fellowship. You can do your MSc in various subjects like bioinformatics, like just I mentioned, all of these subjects. So you can see how broad this field is, right? So after you finish your master's, so you normally do just take a gap for joining some lab, and then you gain some experience and finally apply for a PhD. So in your PhD life, you will be publishing papers, and this will help you enhance your research profile. Afterwards, you can also apply for lectureship in various institutions and also join companies, of course. So it is basically a 5 to 6 years in India, and abroad it depends. In Europe, it should be around 3 years, and in US, they normally take 5 years. So you can Google all about PhDs in abroad, and get a very good. Hello. Hello.
Yes, you're audible to us.
Yeah. My internet connection was missing. So where was I? Like, when did you hear me last? I'm sorry.
You were talking about the PhDs abroad. You were talking about the duration of the PhDs.
Yeah. So I mentioned that a PhD in India would be around 5 to 6 years, 6 years, and in abroad it should be depending on the position. You will take either 5 years for US or 3 to 4 years in Europe. That's for PhD. After you're done with PhD, you can apply for postdocs. For postdocs, you will probably be doing independent research. You will have good research grants, and also you can apply for lectureship in various institutions. So there are a lot of opportunities, as you can see, and at every step you can like work very. You have to work hard, and also if you work smart along with it, you will get a good profile for yourself. This is like a list of a top few universities that offer program in microbiology. I have highlighted the BSc courses. St. Xavier's, Kolkata, Mumbai, both. They generally have cut-off criteria based on board exams. We have Scottish Church College, Kolkata, offering BSc. BHU Varanasi would be offering MSc based on its own entrance test. Lady Brabourne College would offer both BSc and MSc based on cut-off criteria. University of Hyderabad is also good, but it has its own entrance exam for masters. We have Pondicherry Central University and based on entrance exams. Pune University based on entrance. Ferguson College, Pune, and Gargi College offers BSc courses based on cutoff, board cutoff. VIT Vellore, it's a very good place to do masters. Of course, Delhi University cutoff criteria based on cutoff criteria. You can also try TFIR NCBS for masters via its own entrance exams, JGE Bills and ISC Bangalore. Via KVPY, IIT JEE Advanced, NEET, and also if you want to do a PhD, it's based on IIT JAMS course. So basically, BSc courses are based on shortlisting generally, and some integrated courses will have their own entrances followed by interviews. Masters also based on entrances generally, and you will require at least 60% marks in BSc for pursuing masters. For PhD, you can apply for fellowship by writing exams like NET, GATE, ICMR, DBT, RCB, and you can also avail Inspire if you are a topper. And then you can apply to various IITs, ISERs, TIFR, NCBS, IISc, NITs, JNCASR, JNU, BHU, CU, CSIR labs, ICMR labs, DBT labs in any branch of biology or lab of your choice. So you can see how huge the scope is. So other fields that can be pursued after microbiology, like you finish your bachelor's in microbiology and you think what next to do. Suppose you don't want to do a master's in microbiology, so what else can you do? You can shift to biotechnology, bioinformatics, neurosciences, systems biology, life sciences, biochemistry, biomedical sciences, and genetics. So none of these will have any like constraints upon you, so you can choose anything and just look up the good universities in all over India, and I've listed few in each of these subjects, and you can just go to their websites and check their eligibility and when their entrances and etc. are held. So yeah, so good luck for your career in applied biology, and this is my email, WhatsApp, and phone number, and if you have any doubts, please feel free to ask. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. That was, I mean, you laid out the details very crisply, and there are some questions in the chat box.
Yeah.
Should I read it out, or would you?
Yeah, so the first question is, after pursuing BS and MS in microbiology, is there any scope to get absorbed in industries or labs as a professional apart from being in academia? Yes, of course. Like you can, there are various good research, there are industries which provide hiring opportunities for R&D scientists. You can apply to various industries, like there is Biocon, you have Schrodinger, you have Cipla. These are very good names, are very high names in biotech industries. So you can always look at their websites, and you can there's also Strand Life Sciences, a very good research. They provide very good opportunities. So all you need to do is go to their individual websites and check if they are hiring or not. So if they are hiring, they will provide a list of the positions in their own website, and all you need to do is prepare a good resume, and you can send them and then wait for your call. So yeah, you have very good opportunities to just go into industries after your MSc. The next question, could you tell us the importance of writing good SOPs? Yeah, so the importance of writing SOPs begins with the internships. Okay, so while you will be looking for internships, you need to generally send the professor you are aiming at a good SOP. So for this, what you need is a good a good score throughout your degree. You'll also need a good like research profile. If you have a good publication, it will be good for you. And for bachelor students, generally, like, it's assumed that you do not do any research work at the level of publication. So all you can do is you can involve in small projects, group projects, and you can also like spend time on solving such like problems, and then you can like mention them in your CV. You can build your CV properly, and then you can like your CV should show that you are a very good, like very enthusiastic researcher. So when you're doing your SOPs, these are like the most important points. You should also have a good proper communication skill, so that you can like when the professor is reading your SOP, he or she should be able to know, find your enthusiasm in your writing, right? So yeah, it's very important. It's basically the first level of screening. The professor is going to screen you first on basis of your SOP. So it's very important. Any more questions?
Students, if you have any more questions, put it in the chat box or unmute yourselves and ask. I don't think there are any more questions. And in any case, if they have any further questions, we'll provide your details. They can contact you directly if they have further queries. Thank you so much for taking out your time for being a part of the seminar.
Thank you. It was a great session with you all. Thank you so much.
And I would like to extend my gratitude to all of the speakers who have been a part of today. Thank you so much for taking out time for the students. With this, we come to an end of today's session. Thank you.